Welcome to today's podcast. In today's session, we have with us an expert from a field related to batteries. Ramesh Natarajan, a veteran with over 42 years of hands-on battery industry experience, will be asking our esteemed guest a host of technical questions. Enjoy the session.
Welcome to today's episode of the podcast, wherein I have with me Mr. Vijay Manchanda, the founder director of Messrs Horizon Electric Solutions and Horizon Rental Solutions Private Limited, a company based in South Africa. This company was founded in the year 2001 and started business by selling batteries for forklifts. Subsequently, they ventured into the related businesses of electric material handling equipment solutions, namely chargers, solid tires and MHE, while continuing with the sale of batteries. In this podcast, we shall be referring to material handling equipment as MHE. Horizon has made a lot of progress under the able leadership of Mr. Vijay Manchanda. They are now in the business of providing application-oriented electric MHE, that is MHE solutions to warehouses in South Africa. They offer both sales and rental solutions and of course the service backup with 24/7 by 365 days backup service. Vijay is a very good friend of mine and I know him since the year 2001 when he was just starting this venture. I have visited his facility and I must say that he has a team which is dedicated and well trained, and he has covered almost all the locations in South Africa. I have visited his Cape Town, Durban and Johannesburg offices. I do not know how many more he has added now. So Vijay, welcome to this episode of the podcast. And do you want to add some more information about your company or yourself before we proceed with today's session?
Thank you, Ramesh, for giving Horizon and me the opportunity to speak in your podcast. We as Horizon Group listen to your podcast quite a bit amongst all the employees, and we cherish everything you come up with and listen and share with each other. Thanks for the generous introduction. Just to add a little bit, Horizon, as you said, started with electric forklift batteries. And it has, I think, forward integrated its business to battery chargers, solid tires, and then MHE. And even in the MHE or material handling equipments, we specifically focus on the battery operated machines. So in a way, there was a little bit of confusion in the beginning whether we are a battery company or a charger company or a tire company or a material handling equipment company. So we have now bifurcated the business into DC Solutions, which is headed by Mr. Eugene Murray, who is the DC Solutions expert. And the other segment is EMHE segment, which is headed by a guy called Mr. Shea Mercer. And luckily we have him with us today in your podcast. So
He can join too.
Hello everybody, I'll say a few words later during the podcast.
Thanks, Shea. So just to let everyone know that my association with Ramesh goes also way back to the start of my own business, and he was my first mentor in the way to teach me what is positive pole and negative pole of the battery, and we have come so long now.
We've come a long way.
Long way. Thanks for the guidance, and I owe this business partly and wholly to your education as well.
But today, Vijay, there's a lot I'm looking forward to learning from you because you have gone a long way ahead with the latest technology and lithium ion and so many things. So in today's episode, I have queries related to the MHE segment in South Africa with a special focus on the impact of lithium ion batteries in this area of operation. I have done a similar episode earlier with Mr. Sunil Gopalan of MEL Services Pune, India, but that was with more emphasis on the Indian market. Anyway, thank you very much, Mr. Vijay Manchanda, for agreeing to do this episode with me. And can we start? Because I'm eagerly looking forward to your answers to my various questions.
Yes, most welcome. To me, it's a knowledge sharing or experience sharing, and it'll be my pleasure to share what we know.
Yeah, so I come up with my first question, which is what is your opinion about the advent of lithium ion batteries in the MHE segment, especially in the African continent or South Africa? And I mean, how has the acceptance been? And do you think these batteries can totally replace lead acid? And if so, in how many years do you think it will be replacing?
Ramesh, being in the lead acid battery segment, we have seen that none of the customers, when I say none means 80-20 ratio, I would include it to 90-10 probably. So 90% of the people do not get the desired life out of your designed life cycle out of the battery, primarily because they require maintenance, and mostly that maintenance is lacking, neglected, and not taken care of. However, hard measures we take in, at least in South African market, that I can tell you. So the advent of lithium ion batteries has solved that big puzzle that has actually led to low sales of electric machinery in the whole country. If you look at the total percentage of electric MHE sold in South Africa is only between 30 to 35% of the total MHE. Whereas in Europe, that percentage sits at between 70, 75 or 80%, whichever is the number. And one of the reasons where people lost faith in the electric MHE, because even though they know that it is the cheapest way to run a forklift, was the cost implication and backup implication due to maintenance not being done and the battery not lasting or giving troubles. Now that we have lithium batteries which have a brain sitting on top of them, and it requires no maintenance, the brain actually is controlling all the damages as well as all the abuse factors that used to happen before by a electronic thing which driver doesn't have any control on, or the labor doesn't have any control on. And it has become very lucrative for us to rather rent a forklift. In fact, we have even gone into renting lithium ion battery and charger combos as a separate business now, whether it is short term or long term, because we don't have to maintain these batteries after 6 months. If they come back, we can wait for them to go later. So that has actually added new business. Another form of new business that got added because of this is the conversion of diesel forklift into electric forklift. There's a reason why people use diesel forklifts outside and why they don't use electric, because of dust and dirt and ground clearances and stuff like that. Diesel is the most expensive way to run a forklift. With advent of lithium ion battery, our supplier has been able to convert that diesel model into electric model with options on battery sizes and charger sizes. And we are now converting a lot of diesel forklifts into electric forklifts.
So when you say that in Europe it's 60 to 70% and in South Africa it's around 25-30%, so a lot can be attributed not to the battery but more to the people who are maintaining it. And in which case, when you say a brain sits on top of the battery in the case of lithium ion, so if a brain is made to sit on top of a lead acid battery, do you think that the lead acid battery will still probably revive or sustain itself against the onslaught of the lithium ion?
For sure. If there's
a BMS for the lead acid where the deep discharge is stopped, or you don't even go to a 80% depth of discharge, though it is a recommended 80%, you stop it at around 65 to 70%, and you may have a less backup, but probably the lead acid may then be able to survive this onslaught.
But there are that's controlling one factor. Then we have to look at the other positives.
Auto-filling for the water filling maintenance. We can put an auto-filling system on all batteries rather than be selective.
Yes, but then still it has to be filled by somebody.
Yeah, but then you just have to connect it to a tank. That's all. The auto-filling takes place. So why I'm saying is, when you say 60 to 70% in Europe still were using lead acid, and here 25 to 30% were using the lead acid.
Yeah.
So it is the battery is probably the same battery which you pick up from Europe. You come here and here you find that it's getting abused, it's misused, it's not maintained, and that's why probably the lead acid was. So you can't totally blame the lead acid alone. It's also the people of a certain location or a country or whatever.
Sure. Yes, it does amount to, but then you need to add the charging factor on top of that.
Yeah.
So
that
then
it will take more time, definitely.
It takes 8 hours to fully charge a battery versus here I have a 1 hour charge time, and then you have got to look at 2 to 3 batteries required for a 24/7 operation, and you need maintenance people, you need battery changing.
Yeah, so we'll come to that cost factor maybe the next year.
Okay.
But what is the present population of lithium ion battery vehicles in the MHE segment in the South African market in approximate percentage terms as on today?
Frankly speaking, Ramesh, I wouldn't be able to tell you the percentage, but what I can tell you what we are quoting today. In my business let's talk about our business. If we quote 10 electric forklifts today, 9 are lithium ion battery forklifts quotes that the customers are asking.
And 9 are quotes, and how many materialize into really purchase of lithium
6
ion?
of them.
6 of them.
Yes.
So it's say about 60%, 40% still.
The new ones. And if we go to now the second component of the market, which is conversion of lead to lithium, there people are
100%.
asking, not really 100%. We'll have to look at the fitments, and then the cost comes into factor. And that is where our rental model is coming into helping, where we charge a monthly amount and we apportion the total cost of the battery, which is quite high, over 60, 72, 84, whichever month, depending upon the hours they run. So we are running the lithium battery exactly in the same rental model as the forklift model, where you rent a forklift for 80 hours or 100 hours or 200 hours or 300 hours. You pay more as the number of hours increase. Battery to me is fuel tank. So how much fuel tank you want to take in a month is what you pay me for. So I can rent you a lithium ion battery for 80 hours, 100 hours, 150 hours, 200 hours, 300 hours.
And because of the BMS, you know the usage also, which
Yes.
is an advantage, which you wouldn't know with a lead acid.
Absolutely.
If it's far away.
Absolutely.
So the BMS also helps you to track the usage,
Yes.
monitor the maintenance,
Yes.
and also gives you the revenue directly.
But Shay's got something. Tell us.
Yes.
And you can't abuse it.
You can't abuse it,
You
yeah.
can't abuse it.
Because the BMS takes care of that.
Take
use.
care of it. Yeah.
Achha, do you have a cell balancing also?
It's a part of the BMS.
Active cell balancing or passive?
It's active.
Active. So you bring up the other cells in that
Brings up
case?
the cells on charging.
On charging.
Charging.
And doesn't charge the cells which are fully charged.
No, it doesn't charge the cells. So that's on the line brick system. On the
Line brick systems.
line brick systems.
No, let's inform. We have 2 chemistries of lithium that we are promoting in the country.
NMC and FeP4.
NCA.
NCA from
NCA.
Sweden and LFP from China. In the NCA from Sweden is called line bricks battery,
Okay.
and that has got highest energy density, which is 2.4 times than that of the LFP,
yes.
and we are capable of fully charging that battery within 1 hour. So most of the 3-shift operations that we supply the batteries, we use the NCA technology.
NCA.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is more or less very similar to NMC.
NMC. Okay.
Even Enersys lithium solution is NMC.
Okay.
So we and Enersys are the only 2 companies that offer
So you
the
do NCA, they do NMC.
but more or less same in terms of chemistry.
But what about the safety between an NMC and an NCA?
Look, safety is a
I
design.
mean, it's equal. LFP is definitely safer.
Yeah, sure.
But between the NMC and NCA, are they similar or
They are more or less similar. More or less similar. About I would put 95. I'll have to remember that graph now, where one is a little higher and one is a little lower. That I don't remember. But overall, they are more or less same.
Similar.
But now coming to managing the safety, I can tell you about my supplier, how he manages the safety on NCA. I'm not sure about how Enersys manages, but I'm sure they have their own,
method of
they design their, system, which is their BMS and other modules and any control. So I know of on Line break says we've got 4 levels of security.
Okay.
It starts with cell level security where each cell has got a fuse. Then cell is built into a module.
Yes.
The module sits with a PCB on top of it that controls all these things. And then there's another PCB that sits on the same module which controls the first PCB who is controlling the cell's fuses.
Oh.
So there's a 3 level of safety up to the brick level. Then we combine these bricks into series and parallels to get to whatever desired voltage.
Your 4th level
and then we have the 4th level of safety, which is your BMS. And BMS also has been now bifurcated into 2 levels of safety where they have segregated the voltage control separately to current controls.
Okay.
So it's manufacturer's design, and this design is approved by Toyota forklifts in UK and Europe. So when it comes to lithium solution of Toyota forklifts in UK and Europe, that's line break solution, which is what we are also doing.
Okay. You've already explained why lithium-ion batteries are being preferred over lead-acid batteries. It's mainly, to summarize, it's mainly the maintenance, the ease of charging, and the opportunity charging possibility in a lithium-ion, and the non-maintenance requirements, and a better control through the BMS. These are the main reasons.
Absolutely.
Anything more?
And cost-effective over period of time. So
that I'm not sure. We'll come to it. I'm coming to it. On a cost comparison basis, what is the percentage increase in cost that a person has to bear in case he wants a lithium-ion battery in his MHE instead of a lead-acid battery?
all right. Okay, let's go
We
to...
don't look at the cost. We look at the ownership. What is it going to cost to own it?
Cost of ownership.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll have to work that on the... Okay, if you just want to take us the numbers.
Thumb rule.
On the LFP solution, our solution is 2.5 times more expensive than a lead solution.
Okay.
2.5 times. When it comes to NCA solution, compared to lead, it is 5 times more expensive
Then lead acid.
But I will show you numbers that over the total life cycle, these numbers will still be better than going for lead acid. We'll have to work on. With that, we have a discussion separately on that.
We'll have a separate discussion on cost some other time. Maybe I come to SA and then we'll talk about it.
Look, okay, on a number to number basis, I'll take it from the customer's perspective. Okay, you are a manufacturer of batteries, right? I'm a distributor of batteries, but we can look at numbers from our angle, from our business standpoint of view. Let's look at it from the customer standpoint of view, right? For a customer, what is he paying for? He's paying for a lead acid battery to run his forklift.
He wants convenience.
No, wait. Let's go to the cost. So he wants to run his forklift because this is his power source. So he measures his efficiency of battery or the cost of battery over the total number of hours he runs on that. From our side,
you take any lead acid battery.
Any lead acid battery is more or less the similar. So
they are all similar.
1500 designed for 1500 life cycle at 80% DOD. So we have worked out an average number of between 4 to 5,000 hours. That is when lead acid battery will run for the electric forklift for a customer. So which means he is getting an average of 4,000 hours, and he is spending, let's say, X amount. Now he is spending 2.5x for lithium-ion battery. So what is the number of hours warranty that we give? You'll be surprised that the warranty that we give to a lithium-ion customer is 10,000 forklift hours, which is already 2.5 times of the forklift hours that he gets from lead acid.
Yeah.
So cost to cost basis, isn't it same?
But then he's investing this money right in the beginning.
Yeah.
And as of now, I don't know whether you have got that 10,000 hours already.
Look, I don't have it. I have the maximum I have got it. I'll give you 8,760 hours forklift. I have run. Okay.
And it's still running.
It's still running.
So
but I have seen with my own eyes BYD forklifts in a Chinese shopping mall or let's say one of the cost centers that has run 17,200 something hours, and I've got a picture that I can show it to you. With my own eyes, I've seen it. So it's running, it's going.
And but then when you say 17,200, you can't say whether the battery was taken back and some cells were put, which is what I have heard. They have to do it sometimes, that certain cells need to be replaced.
I haven't heard about that.
Acha. And does the cell balancing happen on the vehicle itself, or does the battery have to come back to you for the cell balancing?
It happens to the charging, at the charger level.
At the charger level, at the customer premises.
service, yeah.
Okay, because we've got some reports in India where the batteries have come back and certain cells have been replaced. Because I understand that lithium ion also, there is a grade A, grade B, grade C, and when they get these cells, they have to sort it out not only with respect to the voltage range, but also with respect to the resistance. And if that is not done properly at the time of assembly, you need to change a few cells. Now, it may not have happened. Okay.
Look, Ramesh, we have now 4 years of experience with these lithium ion forklift with their battery. So in the field, we have supplied, we bought brand new cells from the supplier, right? Let's say we bought electric forklift with lithium ion battery from a supplier. And we were given the warranty as 5 years, 10,000 hours or whatever. On the line bricks Sweden lithium ion, which is more dense, we even go to the extent of 7 years or 15,000 lifetime hours warranty, which is what you can see on Toyota's website on UK, Europe.
But that's 5 times costlier.
That's 5 times costlier.
So you should actually be aiming at 20,000 there.
Yeah, but then you do look at the charging time.
Yeah, you get an advantage of that, but you're not getting in terms of hours. If you talk like that, you should get 20,000.
But right? I can run a 3-shift operation on that battery, which has got only 50% full charge in half an hour. Whereas on the LFP, I need to go 1 hour,
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours or 1 hour for 50% charge. But my certain shifts do not allow me
the 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours charge. Certain shifts allow me only that half an hour, which is required for me to run.
The NCA.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, is it easy to retrofit a lithium-ion battery in a forklift having lead-acid batteries? You said that you're getting a lot of lead-acid batteries, forklifts, and you're trying to make it lithium-ion. Is it easy, and is it costly?
No, it's very easy. For me, we have done probably about 70-80 conversions already.
And cost?
Cost-wise, that's the 2.5 that I told you.
Plus?
No.
Plus the retrofit cost?
Retrofit cost is nothing. Retrofit is we just have to put the counterbalance, ballast, whatever is
ballast,
it, and cover it with the lid and drop down the battery in it and pair it to the charger.
So all the other things work exactly similarly? The same charger can be used?
No. There is yes. If the customer has my charger, which we supplied with the lead acid, made in Sweden by Micropower, I can convert that to lithium ion by adding a little PCB into it.
Okay.
Otherwise, they have to go for a different charger.
New charger. How much does a charger cost with respect to a battery?
With respect to a battery?
Say about 30% cost of a battery? 20%?
No, I would say because you have to go for a bigger charger in case of lithium solution.
Yeah, I know.
So you'll probably go for 25%.
25%.
Yeah.
I expected
plus
30
minus,
to 20%.
Plus minus 25%.
So 25% will be the cost of the charger.
Yeah.
And the cost of the battery, of course.
Yeah.
Plus the ballast cost.
Yes.
And anything else in the electronics inside?
No, rest of thing is only the BDI that we have to put in front of this thing so that it can tell the driver. It can tell the driver that now I'm at 80% depth of discharge. Put me on charge.
Is that very costly?
No, that's part of the whole price. Part of the solution.
Part of the solution. So it will come within the 25% cost of the charger.
No. So lithium battery and charger combo is 2.5 times the cost. So if I'm spending 1 rupee for lead acid battery, I'm spending 2.5 rupees for lithium battery and charger combo.
And the BDI and everything.
And the BDI and everything.
Battery discharge indicator.
And the counter ballast also, everything.
Okay.
So basically you are spending
2.5 times.
You need to spend 2.5 times. If you were to buy lead acid battery, you'll spend 1 rupee. Today you'll have to spend 2.5 rupee. But this 2.5 rupee is converted to your length of time that you will get, which I told you, 4 to 5,000 hours versus 10,000 hours. So I'm getting double the life anyway. Plus the 2 hours of charging time. Plus no replacement, no maintenance, and.
Okay. Now, as far as renting out is concerned, you say that 100% you're giving lithium-ion batteries off late.
100%.
100%.
All my rental forklift fleet is based on lithium batteries.
Lithium batteries.
Yeah.
So what is your take on recyclability and scrap disposal as well as buyback cost of lithium-ion batteries? Because this is one area even when you're selling a lead acid battery, which you've been selling for years now, people always say, okay, now we fixed the cost of the battery. Now tell me, how much are you going to give me for the old battery?
Yes.
And they always want the maximum of the scrap and the minimum of the new.
Sure.
So here, that is not going to be. We say, okay, it is 2.5 times, it is double the life, it's less maintenance. What about this?
Look, for the moment that we have not reached in South Africa that point where the recyclability battery has come back to us as yet. But what I hear in the market is that these batteries will have 80% of their capacity still left after the 5 years, 10,000 hours is over. So what we as Horizon plan to do is to move this battery from a high intensity operation usage to a low intensity operation usage, which will take us for another 3-4 years probably. I don't know, but perhaps that is what is being advocated now.
Yeah.
Second life.
Yeah, the second life is what they talk about. But what happens is your size here is different. Your size where you need it. Suppose you require it for an inverter, it will be a different size, a different voltage. You got to work on this probably.
That's our third life.
So maybe you got to work, or you got to probably work on it. Or maybe use it for a smaller forklift.
Yes.
That would be a better option rather than take it to a second life into a different application.
No. Different.
See, instead of a 5-ton, you use it for a 2-ton.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly. Absolutely.
So you got an idea now from me. So in the present economic scenario with dollar prices vis-a-vis South African currency, and considering that you're importing lithium ion batteries, unlike the lead acid which you probably procure locally, and to some extent, where do you think you are heading with this business of lithium ion on a long-term basis, with the currency fluctuation keeping it in mind, and the transport costs also, which are going on increasing or which are already at a very high level now?
Look, for us, there's no battery manufacturer in South Africa now.
There's nobody for lead acid.
Nobody. FNB, Villard were the two manufacturers when I entered 20 years ago. Both have closed their battery factories.
So now?
Now everybody is an importer and we are all on the level playing field. So currency affects everybody, freight rate affects everybody. So if my price is going up, my opposition competitors' price is also going up.
So there's no possibility of competition stifling you or putting you in trouble, because everybody is in the same boat.
Not really, but what happens is ultimately the customer will have to suffer.
Yeah.
You see, the customer will have to bear the brunt of high rand dollar and also the higher shipping costs. But again, my take on that is, as long as we as Horizon Rental Solution can offer the monthly rental option, where the customer doesn't need to shell out 2.5 times
cost is low
and 5 times the cost of lead acid, and we give him an option of even short-term rentals. Or you see, there's one thing I've learned, Ramesh. This is a taste of blood. We are actually advocating, try this battery. The more people are trying, the more they are keeping it. So there is hesitance in the market. South African market is also conservative, like Indian market.
Price sensitive
market, yes. But when you give them a rental solution, which is only a monthly rental, which is costed out on their P&L, and they get to see and try, and when they see the benefit of it, they generally tend to. Shay, he's heading the business. You can ask him.
Most customers we've introduced lithium batteries or lithium trucks. Any new trucks or any new batteries, they're converting to lithium. It's just as they're replacing, they're converting to lithium.
So you don't face much resistance for converting lead acid to lithium because of your rental model.
Correct.
I mean, more because of your rental model
compared
to an actual sale. Yeah. And that's how you are probably tackling the price sensitive nature of the people or whatever it is.
Yes. So there are customers who will buy also. We just got my son Akshay got an order for 12 lithium battery rentals. Yeah. Not rentals, outright buy. Last week.
Okay.
So 12 chargers and 12 lithium battery.
Okay.
And this was a total order of 24, out of which we were given 50% and our opposition company was given 50% because the customer wants to try both the companies and see. And he's got a fleet of 180 trucks and he's shifting all 180 lead acids to lithium.
Oh.
This is a trial with 24 now. So he's trying with 24.
So you from 12 you can get maybe 90 or probably more if your battery is better.
Yes, absolutely. Or the solution is better.
Solution
we
is
don't call
better.
it better here because the solution is battery, BMS, and
All
the
put
charger
together,
put
yeah.
together, and remote fleet management, and cloud management, and the amps consumed to charge the
Charge the
energy
battery.
cost. And so there's a whole lot of things that have opened up now, and it has become a solution business rather than just a
Battery
battery
business.
business.
Yeah, I know. But are the import duties on both lithium ion and lead acid batteries the same? Or do you have rebate on the import duty if you import from a certain country? Like we have something like ASEAN between the Asian countries and all that. Do you have
Yes,
something
yes.
like
South
that?
Africa does have that kind of import tariff relationships with Europe, where they get concessions. But fortunately for us, the lead acid as well as lithium ion batteries for forklift application do not attract any duty percentage.
There's no duty
There's
at
no
all
duty at all. 0%.
for forklift batteries?
Yes.
And if it is a forklift cell also,
Also.
you don't have to pay zero duty, is it?
Yeah.
That's very good. And whether you import from Europe, India, China, anywhere.
If it is zero, it is zero. But if there was duty, like we import now solid tires. Solid tires import into South Africa from Asian countries, we have to pay 25% duty. Whereas if I import the same solid tire out of a factory in Europe, we pay only 15%.
Oh,
So those kind of things exist in the country.
Yeah.
But fortunately for forklift batteries, we are fine.
Automotive,
both
they
lead acid as well as lithium ion.
Yes.
I mean, you have zero duty.
Yes.
That's good. What about the other markets like golf cart batteries, scrubber batteries? Do you see the adoption of lithium ion in these segments also?
Scrubbers, yes, already on a big scale. It's happening.
It's happening?
It's happening. Scrubbers happening.
Okay.
But golf cart, it is very selected. Because if you look at golf cart is again, you run on the golf courses, they run probably every second day, third day. So it will come, but it's slow. But whereas in scrubber market,
But if you have golf courses with a lot of slope and all, probably a lithium ion will do better than a lead acid.
it should because of the consistent power that it supplies. It should. But again, I think there the price, somebody has to come up with the rental model. It's a price issue.
So one more opportunity for you.
Yeah, but I have to find a right supplier now for golf cart. My current supplier does not give me a golf
Maybe
cart.
after this podcast, somebody will immediately approach you and say, "I'm going to give you golf cart batteries."
That's fine. Please contact me.
So you are in the market for golf cart
Lithium ion batteries.
lithium ion batteries as well as golf cart suppliers, or you have golf cart suppliers locally.
No, we don't do golf carts. We will just.
But you have a lot of golf courses there.
Yes, we do. But golf cart supplier is a different industry altogether. So we want to stick to what we know.
MHE.
MHE, right,
And maybe the scrubber batteries you don't mind.
Scrubber
You are already
batteries is
doing
fine.
it.
Yeah,
You are doing it.
We are doing it.
You're doing both lead acid and lithium ion,
Yeah.
Mostly lithium ion?
Mostly lithium.
but you do the lead
Lead
acid also.
Also, yes. Also, yes.
Acha. Are you having a lot of EVs, especially two-wheelers in South Africa? And will you be also getting into the two-wheeler segment?
No, Ramesh. South Africa has very high speed and the roads are very good.
Yeah, so more of four-wheelers.
More of four-wheelers. So two-wheelers are there mainly as a delivery
recreational.
delivery vehicles for McDonald's to bring it to your house or Nando's to come to your house and Pick and Pay to deliver your stuff, those kind of things. So it's not much population. And so we don't intend getting there. And what was the next part of the question?
No. I just asked you whether will you be getting these two-wheeler batteries or two-wheelers from India or somewhere? Will you be doing it? No, like you say, no.
No, it's a small
There's
market.
no issue.
Yeah, it's a very small
It's a
market.
small market.
And in fact, I've heard that companies like big chain stores who do deliveries, they are getting directly from the supplier anyway. So there's no middleman like me required in between. They order like 80-20, 80-100 for units at the same time from a factory in India or China or wherever, and they get service directly.
Now, lithium ion is also very popular in the BESS, that is battery energy storage system.
Yes.
The energy storage segment.
Right.
So, is solar energy or renewable energy as an industry a good prospect in South Africa? And what are your plans? Are you also getting into solar energy?
Yes, Ramesh. Actually, we as a company have been invested into by a local South African company, and that is called Probe Group.
Probe Group.
Yeah, so they have invested into my business, and Probe Group is already doing these renewable energy ESS batteries in their portfolio. We also got access to their product line to add into our product side. And then they've got our product line into their product. They do all the batteries. They automotive batteries, deep cycle batteries, inverter batteries, solar batteries.
They do automotive also.
Automotive. They started off with the automotive battery. So
Lead
it's
acid.
a full-fledged, lead acid. They're a full-fledged battery company. So the only battery they didn't have in their product portfolio was the industrial
MHE.
So that's where the interest, the two companies,
Merged.
joined together.
Joined together.
Yeah.
Not merged basically.
So yes, it's very much renewable. South Africa has got lots of sunlight.
Yes.
So
that's why I asked you, is it not a good prospect?
It is a good prospect, and yes, we are already doing it. But we are doing it through the group company, and we're going to do it first on our own building, which we are busy doing right now, and then we have.
So if I come to the first part where I said you have Cape Town, Durban, and Johannesburg. So now you must be having many more offices in that case, because with this company coming in,
there is a lot more branches all over the country.
You
Remote
have-
areas, yeah.
yeah, you have much more, huh? Many more branches? How many
Well,
branches?
it's Probe. So Probe, they support us in these remote regions, where before we'd never had any backup. So now we find that we can supply our products into the remote areas with Probe there being the support to our products as well. So
Okay.
And not only that, Probe also has their presence in the neighboring countries.
Oh,
So which means Namibia got opened for us, Zimbabwe got opened for us, Malawi, Mozambique, Zambia, so Botswana. So we naturally have extensions of our own offices now via Probe Group.
via Probe. That's a good development, yeah. I didn't know this.
Yeah, that's
I didn't know, so this is something. Okay, so now you're selling MHE also in these countries, or you're just starting?
just starting. So our first unit
Started
went-
rentals there? No.
Yeah, actually first rental went into Namibia recently.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Congrats. Congrats, yeah.
Yeah.
What about Mauritius?
and it was lithium.
Oh, it was lithium. It was lithium. Good, good. I have nothing against lithium. And what about Mauritius? It's also a country very close to you, and
Also got a branch.
Mauritius, they have a
They
branch.
have a branch.
Probe has
Yes.
in Mauritius too.
Yes. I
So you have a scope there too.
Yeah, perhaps.
Anything else you want to tell?
No,
Because
that's all.
whatever I wanted to ask, and
No, we
And,
love your interviews. We love your podcast. Yeah, we love your books that you write.
oh,
So just keep doing and keep transferring.
thank you, Vijay, for agreeing to do this podcast with me.
That's
And
a
I wish you and your company a much brighter future, and I'm sure that you'll do very well.
Thank you. I don't call you Guruji for nothing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very
Okay.
much.
We hope the Q&A session was useful and insightful. Please do visit www.rameshnatrajan.in. You may contact us by writing to rameshnkailad@gmail.com. rameshnkilad@gmail.com. Keep yourself updated about our new releases by hitting the subscribe button.